Hi, good people. My name is Aringo Frederick, an instructor in M-Darasa. M-Darasa ideally is an e-learning platform that normally assists students to study and also get practical skills in various areas of life. So today I want to talk about how to prepare for your KASNEB exams. I know exams are very near and most of us are very anxious. Most of us probably are very afraid that the exams are here. We weren't prepared. COVID came, it hit us hard. We didn't have time to prepare. So what can we do? Yet I haven't deferred my exams and I want to do these exams. So today I'll just give you a few tips on how you can at least prepare for your exams with this limited time available. So many a times you'll find that a lot of students will tend to be very afraid of these papers. But today with the tips, if you go and use the tips that I'm going to give you today, you'll find that passing these papers will be very easy. Because in KASNEB, we'll always be talking of these papers. We normally talk of the statement papers. Statement papers ideally, these are which type of papers? We normally talk of financial accounting. We normally talk of financial reporting. That is both for section 3 and section 6. We normally talk of that should be aspect of finance, public finance and taxation, public finance and taxation. Of course, this is for section 2 and section 6. So just to talk first of all about these papers, you'll find that these are one of, or rather simplest paper to pass, because the beauty part with these statement papers is that we know very well that you're going to mark the entries that you'll have entered, and in such a case it means that you should be having basic concepts. Like if I was to prepare my financial accounting and probably I want to prepare say like a statement in regard to if it is a sole trader, if it's a partnership, if it's a limited company, so long as I'm having the format at the back of my head, it will be very simple for us. Because when you're in that exam room and assuming that you haven't studied enough, you shouldn't be afraid. You shouldn't be afraid, because just mark the format of how to prepare. If it is financial statements of a sole trader, if it's a financial statement of a company, if it's a financial statement of partnership, just mark the format. Some or most of the entries will be direct from your papers. Most of the entries will just be given direct from your papers. Same way will happen with financial reporting. Maybe I'm preparing, financial statements of a group. That is a consolidation. The moment I do have the format at the back of my mind, you'll find that it will be very easy for you. Maybe you're preparing talk of financial statements in regard to insurance. You have the format at the back of your mind. It will be very, very simple for you to handle that. The same case will apply with public finance and taxation. That is for both section 2 and the one for section 6. So long as you have the format. Format will always be very key, because look at this case. We know very well that the moment I'm good in preparing say like employment income, the moment I know very well the format of employment income, that is if it's in section 2, the moment I know I'm very well in the format of what, say like a partnership, the moment I know I'm very well in preparing the format of say like maybe I'm looking at a limited companies, you'll find that most of the entries will be direct in your papers. Because in terms of workings, not more than say like if the question is of 10 marks, you'll find that for workings you'll be having say like 3 or 4 marks. 6 marks are direct in your paper, meaning that it will be very easy for you if you start with the direct entry, so long as you have your format correct at the back of your mind, it will be very easy for you to work it out, And the secret is this: if you sample your papers, for these statement papers, you'll find that 30% to 35%, these are theory. Those are theory. So it is also advisable that most of this time where you have a limited time, first of all, make sure that you are good in theories. And the beauty part of it is that MDarasa, we've given you all these notes for free. If you go to MDarasa phone application, you are going to get all these notes for free. So the beauty part of this statement question is that so long as I'm very good in theories, at least because you know very well they are going to be tested 30 to 35%, make sure you're very good in theories. Then look at 2 or 3 concepts that you are very familiar with, meaning the one that you can grasp very well. Trust you me, the moment you have, say, out of 30% in theory, maybe you manage to get, say, like 25%, you won't fail to manage like 2 or 3 questions calculation if allocation is of 20 marks. Just try to manage to get roughly like 10 marks only. If you're talking of roughly like 5 questions, or rather say like 4 questions purely calculation, if you manage to get 10, only for 3 questions 10, and here you have your theory 25. My good students, you're already above the pass mark. So you'll just be looking at maybe working for hours, right? These are just simple techniques that you can use, by the way, to prepare and also to pass your exams. To avoid this time when you are going to view your results, maybe you have a refer or rather probably credit earned. To avoid such, just use this technique. Make sure that for statement papers you are good in theories. Then try to look at 1 or 2 concepts that you should be very good at. And the beauty part of it is that so long as you are very good in the formats, you are done with the statement questions. Because you'll find, trust you me, you can pass your AFR, you can pass your advanced financial reporting without even doing workings. So it is very important. I advise that make sure you are good in theories, that's the first thing. Then also make sure you are good in what? You are good in the formats. Looking at the format of preparing these books. That will be easy. That's the first step in looking at the statement papers. The other part, probably, talk of the theories. Papers. Of course, you know very well for theory, I have what? We have, say, business law. We have talk of maybe economics. You're talking of company law. You're talking of auditing. You're talking of MIS. You're talking of SGE, you're talking of advanced auditing and assurance. So in such a case, what's the best way to study theories? I know most of the students, they normally do one mistake, which at times it normally messes them up completely. Because you'll find that when you are revising for your theories, most of the students, they have revision kits. So what they are going to do, they are going to go through a question, then without even thinking, they are going to refer that to their answers or solutions in their revision kit. This is a bad way of doing your revision. This is a very bad way of doing your revision. How or what is the best way to do your revision when it comes to theories? So theories, you're going to handle it in this manner, the best way. After you've gone through your paper, if you're doing your revision for the whole case, first thing first you need to do is what? Go through a certain chapter or a certain topic. Go to your past papers. Try to identify some of the questions which were tested in relation to that topic. Try to answer the questions. After you try to answer the questions, remember, even in the revision kits, all these are suggested solutions. They are not absolute. All these are what? All these are suggested solutions. They are not absolute. So in such a case, my good students, what you need to do in your revision here, as I've said, you are going through a chapter, say chapter 1. Identify the questions which were tested in that chapter. After you've identified the questions which were tested in that chapter, now try to answer them by your own. When you'll be going through your suggested solutions, you're not going to confirm your answers. What you are going to do is to compare your answers. And I want you to mark that very well. You are not going to confirm your answers. What you are going to do is just to do what? To compare your answers. Because even these are suggested solutions. So whenever you've seen theory and probably you've tried to work it out, then you go to your answers in revision kit and you're like, oh no, I've really messed up. Don't worry, your answers could be correct. And when you are in an examination room, always try as much as you can not to leave blank spaces. Because if you leave blank spaces, you'll find that you'll be limiting yourself to earn the points. You'll be limiting yourself to earn the points. So make sure that whenever you've seen any theory part, try to answer that question the way you know. Don't try to recall what was done in class. Don't try to recall probably what you read. At that point, you're in that position, you and yourself. So just try to think beyond the four walls. Be your own, probably in that case, as if you've never studied it before. Just think on that position. As much as you are reasoning outside the four walls, you'll find that you'll be having a lot of points. One mistake that students normally do in such a case, you'll find that they normally waste a lot of time trying to recall what they studied. They normally tend to waste a lot of time trying to probably recall what Mwalimu was saying in class. That's a very bad way of handling such questions. Because remember, in that case, you're going as much as you're struggling to remember, then invigilator will say 2 hours remaining. Tension kicks in. 1 hour remaining. You'll find sweat coming from your nose. They normally don't understand why the sweat normally comes from our noses when you're in that exam room. Then maybe 30 minutes remaining. Oh no, you're done. And probably you've only handled, say, like 2 questions. So to avoid all this, I want you guys, when in that examination room, just try to be your own, probably yourself. Don't always try to recall what you studied. Just try to reason on that question and open your mind wide. Let what you studied just to assist you, to just be a matter of assisting you, probably to have some points. So you'll find that answering the theory questions I have said, first it will start with the way you're doing your revision. If you do a revision in a smart way, answering also the questions will be very easy, will be very, very easy for you. And the beauty part of it is that during this time, if you are using Mdarasa application, I believe those who are using Mdarasa Now application, they are now very, very happy. Because we try to simplify as much as we can our revision model process to make things easier for you to understand the concept. Remember, the concept is not all about cramming, or rather the concept is not about probably cramming the formulas. It's to understand the concept right. Because if you have the concept right, it will be very easy also for you to think. But if you just cram the formulas, you'll just be wasting a lot of time, right? So the beauty part with Mdarasa is that we have provided that platform for you guys. You can use your computer, you can use your mobile phone, very flexible. And also, even if you don't have internet or bundles, you can always use Mdarasa. First thing first, the class notes and revision question and answers, we provided them for free. If you have the app, just go to ebooks. You'll find the revision question and answers. And when we are talking of the video tutorials, which probably you've seen me doing them in YouTube, you've seen me doing them probably in Facebook, our team, the team of Mdarasa, we have qualified lecturers who have tried to simplify all these concepts for you, to make it easier for you during this revision time. And during this period, also to assist you guys, we've given massive discounts to you guys, just to make sure that you've gone to that paper and you've passed it well, just to make sure that you've gone through that examination with a lot of confidence. So as you approach these exams, my word will be, first thing first, eliminate that anxiety that you have. The second thing, have that confidence. I normally tell my students that, sema unajichocha while approaching these papers. Because imagine you are revising and you have a lot of tension. You're revising and you have a lot of anxiety. Trust you me, you won't grasp anything that you are doing. But the moment you have that confidence, even in your revision, things will be very, very simple for you. Things will be very, very simple for you. Probably at this point, maybe a person will ask, Mwalimu, why haven't you talked about QA? Why haven't you talked about management accounting? Why haven't you talked about such? I'm also going to give you tips on the same, because in all my classes, I've given all these tips for you guys. And more so, the next video that I'm going to do is to show you guys how to handle this unit, which has become, we can term it as probably a serial killer for those who are doing section 5, SGE. This has become a serial killer. We normally term it as what? Salga. I believe we know what normally happens in Salga. A lot of accidents, And the reason is, this thing normally happens, rather it has been termed as probably a serial killer in section 5, because how to approach these questions really matters a lot. Really matters a lot. So in my next video, guys, I'm going to talk mostly, or rather I'm going to talk in depth about SG. I'm also going to tell you some of the tips how you can use to work out, say like how to handle MA questions, how to handle QA questions, and also this SGE. So for those who have not downloaded the Darasa app, probably for those who thought that maybe we are very expensive as Darasa, first of all, it is because of the quality that we do provide for you guys. The other thing, now you can take that advantage that we've given our discounts. Take that advantage, go to the app, purchase any unit that you feel you are doing this coming November, and you'll never regret. I know even after your exam, some of you will be calling Darasa to say, thank you Darasa team, you really assisted us in passing these exams. So I'll be uploading the next video of how to work out SGA and also how to handle some of the questions like units like QA and also MA. Thank you so much guys for listening to me, and please, you can spread this word to your fellow students who are doing KASNEB exams coming this November, to assist them to build that confidence. And you'll find that these papers will be very, very easy for you. Also during this time, I believe marking will also be very lenient, because a lot of things have happened during this year, as we all know. A semester of 6 months was spread through the whole year. So join me in the next join me in the next video, whereby we'll be discussing more on SGA and other questions like MA and QA. Thank you so much guys. Thank you.